It appears Diddy is breaking the bro taboo by snitching on his BFF Jay-Z and exposing him as a criminal mastermind. For years, there have been suspicions that Jay-Z is not quite the stand-up man he has been portraying to be. They claim that the Jigga is awake because Diddy is prepared to sacrifice him to rescue himself. Now Diddy is in a lot of problems with the feds, which has gotten much worse after they searched his homes in Los Angeles and Miami, detaining his kids and his staffers. Diddy is headed to jail, but he is not going down alone. He's allegedly snitching on Jay-Z and attempting to bring him down with him. According to an insider, Diddy is supposedly handing over proof to Homeland Security about Jay-Z's role in his crimes in exchange for a lower sentence. Hollywood is going to be reshuffled. It's not going to be pretty. Diddy is going down, and he apparently does not intend to go down alone, as he is supposedly snitching hard. He is in a lot of trouble, and he knows it. So he supposedly offers the feds tea and a wealth of information on everyone and everybody in exchange for leniency. I hope he is able to avoid incarceration. Many people appear to be unaware that the Homeland Security probe occurred only a few days or weeks ago. And if you know anything about the feds, you'll notice that they don't move like police officers. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a criticism at the cops right now. But everyone knows that the feds are more sophisticated in their operations. It can take months, if not years, for them to research and develop a case of this magnitude, and they only act when they are certain that all of their bases are covered. This explains why they have a conviction rate higher than 95%. To be fair, some of the cases don't go to trial because the culprits take a plea deal, but either way, their job is done, and they put away the bad guys or use them to get other bad guys. In Diddy's case, Homeland Security isn't the only federal agency that has been investigating him, because the FBI has also been moderating him for more than 10 years now, especially regarding the rumors that have been swirling since the 1990s that he likes young boys a little too much. In reality, in 2013, the FBI investigated James Rosemond, a cocaine kingpin with close contacts to many celebrities, and asked him about Diddy's romances with boys. According to the court filing, during a debriefing session with federal investigators, James Rosemond, the music manager turned cocaine kingpin, was allegedly questioned about entertainers' sexual preferences, including whether Scene DD Combs had intimate relationships with underage boys. According to a U.S. District Court document, a prosecutor then inquired about entertainers' private preferences, which included, but were not limited to, Scene Combs' intimate interactions with minor boys. One thing you should know about the FBI is that they do not work based on social media conspiracy theories, TikTok stories, or many gossip websites. If the FBI was questioning individuals about Diddy and the charges, you'd better believe they had strong information on Diddy and were hunting for physical evidence to bring him down. So once again, the feds have been constructing a case against Diddy for 11 years, and an investigation this long demonstrates that they did their homework and were meticulous. Plus, it's not unexpected that they finally filed their case against him now, given that he's been sued by 5 other people in less than 6 months, all alleging the same thing. Cassie was the first to unlock Pandora's box, revealing what Diddy was like behind the scenes, according to her. Let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. She claimed Diddy used to lay his hands on her during their relationship, leaving marks all over her body. She further alleged that he used to sexually assault her on a daily basis, despite her refusal. Like that wasn't horrible enough. She alleged that he used to prostitute her out to male escorts, then watch and record her. But things grew worse when rumors surfaced that Diddy allegedly shared the tape with males in the industry. 50 Cent was the first to call Diddy out for doing this, stating that he was sharing the footage to disgrace Cassie when she departed.
On telephone and shit, after the make shit.
Right.
And the nigga be like, matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures, like pictures of this girl, like, not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow.
Oh, you kidding me up?
Like penetration pictures and
Nah, come on, man.
According to what he indicated, the tapes had to be taken during the freakouts Diddy forced her to undertake. But things grew worse. According to 50 Cent, he called Diddy to explain what was going on. And based on Diddy's answer, 50 concluded that Diddy was the one who had been spreading the footage around. I had the impression that Cassie had prevented those images from taking place. I suspected they were happening because of Puffy. That's right.
I really kind of felt like those photographs was not happening because of Cassie. I felt like they was happening because of Puffy.
Right, right. Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because when a girl moves away from a man and she upgrading, niggas be insecure, you know what I'm saying? They start feeling some kind of way, especially like...
So if Diddy was delivering compromising videos of Cassie to 50, who was the op, can you imagine what he was communicating to others in his immediate circle? Yes, you cannot even imagine. Apart from Cassie, 3 women have come forward to accuse Diddy of SA, with one thing in common. They all claimed that he reportedly drugged them and then ate them while they were unconscious, which is pretty nasty work. Finally, a 5th individual, producer Lil Rod, accused Diddy of harassing him when they were working on his Love album. He claimed Diddy became overly affectionate and grabbed him, acting aggressively with him. He also discussed how Diddy reportedly drugged and sexually assaulted him at one of Diddy's Miami parties. He went on to explain that the parties were wilder than we could have imagined, and that many of the females in attendance were far too young to be indulging in the activities he detailed, let alone being seen at such an event. He also said that Diddy's son Justin assisted Diddy in bringing young females to the parties, despite the fact that he knew they were too young for such activities. The issue has been chaotic, but I believe the feds eventually obtained all of the information they needed on Diddy because they raided his home a few days ago. And it was a simultaneous bust, since they targeted both of his homes in Los Angeles and Miami at the same time in a series of coordinated raids. The fact that the searches were coordinated indicated how serious the case was, as they knew Diddy would reportedly try to bury evidence if they did not strike at the same time. Diddy wasn't home during the raid, but his sons Justin and Christian were. The feds arrested, handcuffed, and detained them. They ransacked his properties, according to videos that circulated on the internet, but Dan caused significant damage in the Caribbean, leading to conjecture that he fled to Antigua to avoid the feds. According to rumors, TMZ has traced Diddy's personal Love Air LLC plane, the well-known Black Gulfstream 5 that Diddy has flaunted and flown for years, and the aircraft appears to be on the ground in Antigua, which is located in the Caribbean. TMZ went on to add that, based on the flight activity viewed by TMZ, Diddy's plane was up and down in California between Sunday and Monday, taking off from Sacramento Executive Airport at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday evening and landing at Palm Springs International Airport about an hour later. An hour later, around 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Diddy's jet took off again from Palm Springs and landed at Van Nuys Airport in the Los Angeles area. The jet took off from Van Nuys Airport at 8 p.m. PT and landed in Antigua about 9 a.m. PT the next day. However, that turned out to be a false alarm when Diddy was sighted in Miami International. I suppose you're wondering what will happen next, Diddy. With all of this, you'd think Diddy would have been caught by the authorities by now, right? I mean, if TMZ knows where he is, the feds should, right? But it doesn't operate that way. For some reason, Diddy is still roaming around freely, breathing air, while his sons, assistants, and even his suspected drug mule are all in detention. So why hasn't Diddy caught even bigger fish? According to reports, the entire situation is greater than Diddy because he is such a little fish in the grand scheme of things. Now, remember how I stated the feds had a very high conviction rate, since most suspects plead guilty and snitch. That appears to be the case here, as the government are allegedly pressuring him to snitch on others in exchange for his son's release and a lower sentence for himself. Jay-Z is apparently one of the men they're looking for. According to a source, Diddy is eager to spy on Jay and expose him for his alleged involvement in the trafficking ring. This is an unusual turn of events, given that Jay-Z is rumored to be involved in such activities. I mean, do you recall how he supposedly had an affair with Foxy Brown when she was 15 and he was in his mid-20s?